a little bit. Um, a company, a corporation, or even a person should not have the ability to monetize the information of another individual. So if I, on a website, put my name down, that website should not be allowed, in any way legally speaking, to sell my information and should not ever be allowed to make me or to get me to sign any of that away just to use the product. That is unconstitutional and it goes against the human right to privacy, God given right to privacy. So, the fact that I have to accept or deny cookies, the fact that these corporations, these websites are allowed to sell my information in any way, or use it for monetary value, or use it to associate and personalize my ads. Every single bit of that is unconstitutional, goes against the human right to privacy, and goes against the ability. That's like saying that if I want to eat food, I need to give you my ability to talk. That's absurd, isn't it? So, in no way should I let you peep through my fucking window just to live in the house, especially when I bought it. I don't like currency. I don't like monetary value, but this is exactly the problem with monetary value. There's no faith in humanity, there's no privacy. See, if we had full faith in humanity with each other and we were of the same, not of the same kind, but of the same mindset to not hurt each other, to treat each other as if we would be treating ourselves, and to love and cherish, if we were to do that properly, our phones would not be connected to each other. Our phones would be a brick that has all the information in the world on it that we could access at any time. And then we would have separate devices that we could use to communicate specifically with one individual, not using an intermediary, not using a Facebook, but rather I could go and I could add anybody I talk to in real life and talk to them over that set. But it would not have any exterior connection or any type of alternative outside intermission. It would not need it. We don't need it as a species. The way that our phones are built purely for control. They're not built for human faith. They're not built for God's people. They're built so that they can monitor what you do when you do it and slowly start to understand more of humanity and as much of humanity as they can so they can eventually get people to love things so much that they make them that they won't be willing to give them up even for their integral values. That's like saying that my dad, instead of teaching me all the lessons he should have taught me in life, was bought out by a company and that company told him not to. That's what that is. It's stupid. It's wrong. It's ignorant in so many ways. We already have all the information at our fingertips. You say, oh, it's stored on this big server. You don't need the big server to store all the information we know about the universe. All of that could fit on a fucking flash drive. All of that can fit in our brain. Everything we know about the conceivable universe of every single part of how we live and why we live, every bit of all of the actual factual knowledge that we have can fit in our brains 18 times over. Without the internet, on a USB stick. So this is garbage. The servers are useless. The internet as itself is utter trash and a complete abolishment of what it should have been. It's You made the Statue of Liberty and then you took off its arms. That's what you fucking did. Fucking terrible. Terrible. And I want to be mad and I need to calm down because I'm an adult and I should be able to have these conversations rationally speaking. I'm not saying ads are bad. I'm saying the ads should be factual, should not be enticing, should not be tempting in any way. They should be ads that say, this is the product, this is what the product does, this is what you can use the product for, this is what is harmful to do with the product. Don't fucking do it. All of that should be on the video. I don't need to know, oh, look at this brand new orange container we made it in that is 20% less plastic. Okay, but what does the product do? And yeah, you shouldn't be using plastic at all. It's harmful for the environment in general. Find another way to make a long term sustainable means of actually getting your product delivered. I.e., if you were talking faithful to God and faithful in humanity, we would be building long lasting utensils. We would be building long lasting, lightweight carrying items like backpacks, like we've created, but we will be creating them for the purpose of longevity, not for the purposes of breaking it and getting a new one because we have insurance. We'll actually fucking take care of the things that we have. And then if we break them in faith of God and faith in each other, in both of those kinds, someone will help me make a new one or teach me how. And if they won't, there will have been a device that now has been put, not this phone, but an offline, completely uncontrollable from the external version of this phone with all the information. And I can just go in, search up a couple of terms on an offline device that cannot be misconstrued or fucked with in any way from the outside. And it will have all the factual information. Because to discern improper information and then give it to people is like telling your children to stick a fork in the fucking electrical socket. You hate people that bad that you don't want to give them the knowledge so that their lives can be better. You hate people so bad. Or you want money so much that you're willing to make your most great invention a secret. Hush hush. So that nobody else gets to make this thing or make it better than you. Gross. That's like me finding a fucking field full of edible fucking potatoes and carrots and wild shit that I would just pick and then going back to my starving house and telling my family I found a desert. You are denying your species for your own gain. What a fucking gross person. And I know I should not judge. But in my head and in my heart of hearts, I would not ever want to make something like that. Ever! Because why the fuck would I want to kill my children? In what world do I want to harm them? Take advantage of them? In what world do you find that to be acceptable? Because it makes me depressed. The only reason I'm alive is because I have faith in God. Because you guys made this life suck for everyone. Because you wanted something more than you wanted to treat people like yourself. And I get what that feels like. Jesus does, God does, and there's mercy for people. who have done those things and don't want to and understand that it's wrong. But there's a reason why there's also damnation. For those who see that they do wrong, and either in their fear or in their lack of faith, don't choose to change, pivot everything just to go the right way. And I've been there. I've lacked faith. So even in that, I can forgive. But to never see that what you did was a mistake, to never open up and own it, never. Meaning, you walk up to God in the pearly gates and He asks you, would you still have done it if you knew what you were doing to others? And you say yes, damnation. There's a reason why certain people go to hell. See, I understand I'm a hypocrite. And I get that everything I'm saying with a lot of anger, but I can't throw stones from my glass house. I know all of those things. But I don't have a glass house here. I have committed sins, but there are some sins that are just above me. Just because you can understand how someone can do it, just because you can understand how you can do it, doesn't mean it ever should be done. And I forgive you, whomever you all are. I want to be so mad that this exists in my life. But if I can speak and it not exist in my children's, I'll accept that my life is over as long as I take it with me. If I'm dying, I'm gonna hold every last little fucking evil thing that humans have done. And I'm gonna make sure it goes down in that grave so far fucking deep that my kids can't dig it out. They will never want to. That was my part two. I'm sorry I got so upset. I get intense. I love you all. God bless you. Thank you for